This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
The recording has started.
Hey everybody, welcome to Super Connectivity episode, I have no idea.
232.
232 episodes, goodness, almost a quarter of 1,000. Well, that'll be exciting. I am your host, Charlie the Professor Esser, and with me is a man who will be doing his fair share of university level professing soon.
Phil Perich, and hopefully if I get the recording done right, hopefully you should be able to listen to the panel also when I put it up on the podcast.
Ooh, panel discussions. Yay, panels. Can't wait to learn all there is to know about Batman.
Yes. The day Charlie Esser and I will be in the same room, and Moz and Tyler.
Yeah.
Yes. Then we'll
It's
have to
going to
call
be a
Ms.
regular.
Hellfire.
Yeah, no Ms. Hellfire. Well, you know.
We'll call her.
We'll call her.
Like we do this.
Yes, you know, exactly. She'll be the one person not in the room. She'll be there in virtual presence. But it'll be exciting! So tune in.
Yes.
Dear listeners. I have no idea what time, but it'll be on Saturday, I think.
Yeah, sometime after, probably 7:30 or sometime after. Yeah, because I think the panel goes till 7:15.
Yeah, just make sure you get the push notifications on your phone, so that whatever you're doing.
Subscribe to YouTube, it'll tell you.
I had to stop right now because Capes and Lunatics episode 100 is live, and years from now, people will ask, "Where were you when episode 100 aired?" Oh, okay. Let's talk. What do we want to talk? We want to talk.
Do you want to talk Disney Plus? We got a lot of details on that today.
Yeah. Apparently, Jeremy Renner has a job.
Yes.
We're all worried about Jeremy. It's like, what's Jeremy? Because he never got his Hawkeye movie. They're giving Black Widow a film. They're giving Scarjo a film. But
he's
Jeremy.
He's getting a series. He's going to be training Kate Bishop.
That's what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're saying. Kate Bishop and Hawkeye. Man, I'm sure his daughters be like, oh, okay, I guess you got a new girlfriend. I'm sure his wife is like, oh, yeah, okay, you go run off with that 20-year-old kid.
Well, you could also look at it where the wife's like, well, thank God you're not throwing our children into danger. You're throwing a stranger into danger. Okay.
Yeah, well, I guess they have a very actually, she's never had a thing with Nat, so maybe she's like cool with, and maybe maybe she just understands that Hawkeye is just such a doofus that
and who knows, in the MCU could be completely different. Maybe it's like his niece or something.
Could be, or like we said, maybe that is his daughter, and his wife's last name was actually Bishop, and
who knows.
Yeah, anything's possible.
But yeah,
okay.
I mean, they announced the date that did you see that when Disney Plus is going to launch?
Oh, it's in November, isn't it?
November 12th.
November 12th, just in time for Thanksgiving.
With 400 movie titles, 7,500 TV episodes, including all 30 seasons of The Simpsons.
Yes.
Take that, DC.
Yeah, well, DC.
$6.99 a month.
Less than DC.
And you get way more.
You get way more. Well, you don't get the comic. That'll be the argument. Well, we give you the comic books. It's like, okay, and that's fair. That's fair.
And you get all as they're saying, all the Disney animation, Lion King, Snow White, Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Moana, Frozen, all that stuff.
Yeah, well, it's definitely a one-stop shop.
All Pixar films, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Where,
Plus, of course, the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. So there's 23 movies right there.
So arguably, we're going to be getting Agent Carter there. We're going to be getting
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Did you see? What? Did you see they revealed what the plot of the first episode of What If's going to be?
What's it going to be?
Oh, you didn't see?
I
Oh,
like not. I've seen headlines. I
yeah.
haven't actually gotten deep into the article. What is the title?
I don't know about the title, but it's going to be, what if in World War II, if Sharon Carter, Peggy Carter had gotten the super soldier serum
Oh, yes.
instead of Steve Rogers, and then I guess Steve Rogers stays, all scrawny and gets like some kind of like exosuit or something.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. He becomes Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Well, that's cool. That is awesome. They actually, that's what was it called? Bullet Points, where the assassin. Well, it doesn't have the Peggy Carter thing, but that was like the plot line of I believe it was called Bullet Points, where someone shoots Erskine before he can give Steve the formula, and so no one gets the formula. But then Steve winds up going and becoming the Iron Man because he's the only person scrawny enough to fit in the suit. I don't think it works that way, but it made for a good story.
Because they said that's why they were hinting around that, like, oh, maybe Chris Evans isn't done with the MCU because they're gonna get those actors to voice the characters. So.
Oh yes, it's animated. Okay, well, awesome. Well, good. So they don't have to spend all that CGI to screwing him up again.
Yeah, just be animated. But same people voicing it. But I don't know if the Hawkeye thing is completely confirmed because they were like, oh yeah, the Winter Soldier and Falcon series is confirmed for sure.
Buddy comedy. I love that. Yes. So, well, that's good because goodness knows those two need work. That's you see, we were all worried about these guys. What are they all going to do after Endgame?
So I wonder if they're going to take a lot of those original Avengers or like some of these characters like Winter Soldier and like do on Disney Plus and then focus on the other ones like Captain Marvel in the movies or just like rotate them in and out of both.
Well, I mean, presumably we're going to get a much more interconnected universe.
Oh, wait a second.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask yourself, think about this. Why a Falcon and Winter Soldier series? But if something happens to Steve Rogers in Endgame and Bucky takes up the shield, all of a sudden you have a Captain America and Falcon series.
I'm not buying it. First off, I don't. You see, this is the thing.
Wait a sec. What if like Falcon's like his partner and like kind of help trains him to be the new Cap?
See, but you have to remember that Bucky never felt that comfortable being Cap. Even in the story, Bucky never really wanted to be Cap, but it was like, well, I guess I'm the heir apparent to the Cap legacy,
Yeah, but I mean, in the comics, Cap was shot before that decision was even made. Here, I mean, Steve Rogers could ask him with his dying breath, carry on for me, and and Bucky might want to redeem himself after all those years as like the Soviet's puppet,
But to actually want to be Cap, I think it's a stretch to make this story work where anybody becomes Captain America after Captain America. That's just the thing. Basically, I think the only way you can have someone become Captain America after Captain America is if they do not have a relationship with Captain America. So, for example, when you think about like American Dream in the MC2 universe, where she really never met Captain America, but she's like, Sharon Carter's niece, because these Carters, they don't have kids of their own, but somehow they always have a sibling that had a kid, Yeah. But they all look just alike. It's amazing. Well, everyone looks alike in comics. We know that. But so I think someone taking up the mantle of Captain America works best when it's not someone who's just, well, I guess I'm Captain America now, because then, not for nothing, then it's always, well, I'm just holding it till Cap comes back from the dead again,
Man, I mean, he doesn't even have to die. He could retire or...
Yeah, but even then, it's like this. The only times that people have really worked as Captain America taking over is when they retconned them to be Captain America. So the 50s Caps all work,
I had another thing I was thinking about. Peggy Carter. Did they said after World War II and everything, she eventually got married, right?
That is what they said. I believe they've even said she has kids.
But did they ever say who the husband was, or did they ever? They never showed him
No,
or said what his name
no.
was.
There's a photo of someone on her nightstand in, I think it's actually in Winter Soldier.
Yeah, when Steve goes to
Yeah,
see her.
when you see the interviews of her, I think there's. We don't know that's actually her ex. Now we can imagine that might have been her brother, because now we have the story of her brother dying. Yeah,
because I was gonna say in Endgame, instead of him dying, could a time stone send him back in time? Could he be the husband?
No. Again, it's like, why do people want this?
I don't want it, but I mean,
you give it life.
There was all this stuff like, oh, Chris Evans saying, oh, he's
for you. Maybe Peggy comes forward in time.
True.
Yeah. Or what I actually, my long held belief is it's going to be revealed she's been taking Infinity Formula the whole time. And she's actually the Nick Fury of this universe.
Because where was I seeing? I think they were asking Chris Evans, or like, what did you think about? What do you think about the? What do you think about the movie? What do you think about the end of the movie, or something? He was like satisfying or something.
Well, what's he gonna say? Oh, it's a real letdown. I really hated what they did with my character. It just didn't.
Yeah, I know, but they keep playing it like, oh, besides that, what if he's not coming back for anything? So I don't know.
Well, his contract's up, and honestly, maybe the guy wants to do other things, and maybe it's like, here's the thing: his story can come to a satisfying conclusion without the character actually retiring or dying.
I know.
Here's the thing: Chris Evans can walk away from the character knowing that he did a good job.
Yeah.
The character can go on. It's like,
all right.
It's like Iron Man. It's like if Robert Downey Jr. said, "Yeah, this will be my last."
Yeah.
Go out in the Iron Man. They can get Val Kilmer for it. Just like, because he did so great as Batman.
How dare you?
Val Kilmer was fantastic. But Val Kilmer would be a great Iron Man.
All right. Last theory: whether he lives or dies, doesn't matter. But if anyone uses a makeshift Infinity Gauntlet or the real thing against Thanos, I bet you it's going to be Steve Rogers. You want to know why?
Why?
What? There's going to be something where they're like, we don't want anybody getting corrupted by the power, so don't give it to Stark. But who's pure of heart, who we can give it to, because maybe then they'll finally pay off. Remember in Age of Ultron where he kind of rocked Thor's hammer when no one else could even budge it?
Yes. Yeah. That's the logical choice of the people that are there. I know that in a really good what if, where Thanos actually does do the snap and kills half the universe and wins, and then and it's like the whole thing with Wolverine sort of hanging out with him, and then they give it to Peter Parker because he's like the ultimate power, ultimate responsibility. So that's the idea there. Obviously, yes. Having Steve be the one to put the universe back makes sense. Because he would only put the universe back. He's
exactly
not going
like
to.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, he's not going to try and because he's going to say, yeah, it's not my place to change the universe. And if there's anyone that you would believe to say, yeah, it's not my place, it would be Steve Rogers.
And I think it would be beautiful if, like, for the first time ever, any other time, Tony Stark could be like, I'll do it. For the first time, if they're all like, who should do it, and if it's Tony who says, give it to Steve.
Well, of course. Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, because it only works if it is Tony doing that. It has to be, or it even has to be Tony saying, I'm not the guy that can be trusted with it. Yeah. As I've said, the whole thing of why Strange had to give the time stone, and I bet you they're going to reveal this. They're going to reveal this, that he says, no, I gave up because I knew if we hadn't followed, I knew from looking through time that we actually do defeat Thanos, but then you get the gauntlet and you can't resist.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that might even be part of the plot line of what it's going to be. There is this idea that has been suggested that maybe they defeat Thanos early on. And there actually is a hint in it in the most recent trailer. If you see the most recent trailer, that's the one that actually has like stuff from the clip we just saw, but then has some stuff at the end where he says, "You couldn't live with your own feeler, and then you came searching for me." And there's this scene in it of Thanos sort of sitting in his armor in these ruins. And it kind of suggests to me that maybe Thanos really is kind of, gets defeated. And then it becomes this thing about, we had to get the stones back to get it. And here's the thing. Once Tony's back, once he finds out from Thor about Neverlar, Tony's going to say, we got to go there now.
Yeah.
And Rocket's going to be like, yes, let's go back there.
Well, did you see the scene they showed on Jimmy Kimmel Monday night?
No, actually, I haven't. I got as far as the storybook scene, and then I fell asleep.
Oh, I love that storybook thing. Yeah, that's on YouTube. That is so good. But they showed a scene like at the end of the interview where they're in the room strategizing with they're talking with Captain Marvel, and they're like, yeah, we got to redo this. We got to undo this. We have to face Thanos and try to undo this. And, it's when Black Widow says, we owe it to everyone not in this room. And
yes. Yeah.
And then, and I forget, I think Captain Marvel says something, and Rhodey's like, he's like, where have you been for the last couple of years? And she's like on another planet. She's like, luckily they had me and not you people.
No, that's not what she says.
Something like that. It's
no, because this is actually the clip that's online. Yes, so I have seen that clip.
Yeah.
What? Okay, so everyone always mishears it. What she says was, "This isn't the only planet, and most of them don't have you."
Yeah.
Meaning that, yes, I wasn't here because I was fighting injustice throughout the galaxy. Because there aren't a lot of Avengers on other planets. We have the Avengers world. Other planets don't have Avengers, so that's what. Don't make it with her putting people down.
I thought it's what it was, because that's when Thor gets up and does the thing with the hand,
yes,
flies the hammer past her head. I like this one, and then
Steve
goes, "Let's go get this son of a bitch."
Yep, that's good. Yes, yes. All in all, it's a very powerful scene. Captain Marvel is great in this. It's interesting because they actually shot this stuff before they made Captain Marvel the movie.
Yeah, I did see it. Yeah, that was fun. That was funny. Yeah, so
because they actually sorry,
it's Brie Larson's first actual performance as Captain Marvel. Yeah,
and that there's like all this evolution of Captain Marvel that occurred with her way she plays Captain Marvel. That occurred. It's kind of funny because you get a much more evolved take on Captain Marvel in the movie, in the prequel, that we're going to get in Endgame. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. But what an interesting thing about that is that when she comes back, she's wearing makeup. And there are a lot of people who are like, well, why is Captain Marvel wearing makeup? She doesn't wear makeup her whole first film. But the Russo brothers basically say, well, we let the character work through this, and this is how she felt the character should be.
Oh, yeah, they said that was Brie Larson's decision.
Yes. Yeah. But actually, to me, it kind of makes sense because even if she wasn't a woman who wore makeup a lot as before that, she's also someone who has had that choice taken away from her when she was being mind controlled by the Kree. So it is entirely possible that this exists to her now as a way of taking her own control back over herself, even if it wasn't something she did before. It's something that now that was a choice, and now this is a choice because she now finally has the chance to make a choice.
I mean, I know nothing about makeup styles, but it'd be funny if she was made up in like a 90s style just because she's been gone for the last 20 years.
I don't even know what women look like in the 90s.
Yeah, sure.
But
the most important announcement, Kevin Feige, I believe, said no intermission for Endgame.
Well, yeah, of course not. No, and honestly, like they said, 3.5 hours, 3 hours, whatever it is.
3 hours, 2 minutes.
That long. 3 hours, 2. Oh, that's it.
Well, that's the actual movie. I'm sure once you put trailers and stuff in, it'll be 3.5 hours. But
yeah, just don't drink beforehand.
Because I think he even said there's like the movie's packed. There's no like slow time to go pee. He's like, it's all good, dude. You're not gonna want to go pee.
Well, that's why you get the big cup, and then
recycle.
There you go.
You don't buy the large soda, people. You just rent it.
Yes. Oh, I know. It's honestly, you can make it through. I've made it through.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm going to the bathroom before I go in, and I'm not drinking anything in the theater now.
Oh well, you gotta enjoy yourself. See, what's good is that after I see it the first time, I can when I go see it the second time, then I can get up and go because I'll know.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like that's why you should always see the movie twice. You go one without a pee break, one with, and then here's the smart thing: is that if you do see it twice, then if you do take a pee break, you know just not to take your next pee break during that scene.
Nice.
That's how they get you, Philip.
That's why they call him the professor, kids.
Yes. So I've trust me, I've worked this all out.
So we have anything else to discuss, or do you want to get to some comics?
Well, I mean, oh man, I want to talk Acts of Evil because that looked interesting.
Oh yeah.
Which is how they always start. It's like it's a logo. Ooh,
but it looks pretty similar to the Acts of Vengeance banner from back in the day.
Well, yeah, and I think this is going to be sort of the moment of the Old Man Logan universe.
Oh, maybe.
So this is how it went wrong, and now we had to fix it. That I think because as I've said, the Old Man Logan universe clearly deals with an Acts of Vengeance style storyline.
Unless they're just going to do an ongoing from this point on, because in this week's Dead Man Logan, he made it back to the to his universe, his timeline, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, so him and Old Man Quill are together now.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Him and Quill are there right now. So I mean, unless it's an ongoing, because he had Forge help, rebuild the machine, and he was like, once I'm through, blow it up so no one gets in or out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, there you go. So it gets back to his alternate future,
But also I don't know if they were saying if it's like going to be like a villain centric thing, because around that same time this summer, DC's doing like some kind of villains month thing. So
yeah, well, they always copy.
Yeah.
I won't say who's copying who, but
unless they just do a modern version of Acts of Vengeance, who knows?
Yeah. Well, I think it's like. So it's like when they did Civil War 2, it worked very good. I'm just waiting for another Secret War, man. Bring back the Beyonder. That's the one thing I'm waiting for. Yeah, but no, I think it's interesting. I think it's like I said. I think it has to tie into the Old Man Logan storyline, where it is sort of this idea of okay, this is how we got there. But we'll see. So you said you want to talk comic books?
Sure, unless there's anything else you want to talk about.
Oh man, I had a list of things. We talked about the clip. Acts of Evil. We got. Talk DC thing. Avengers. Everyone loves the Avengers. Movie clip. Yeah. Loki has his new series. He's not as dead as he looked. Oh, but yeah, speaking of people not as dead as he looked. So let's talk. Let's talk Winter Soldier first.
Yes.
If that's okay by you.
Sure.
Fun book, delightful book. Yes. So, and again, we still don't. I am telling you, I have got to find my Super Soldier stories. I am certain RJ is the kid from the end of that. I gotta find those books. I gotta find.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they had codes, and I just never bothered to download them, which is like, ugh. Yeah, that was my fault. But and it's weird to me because maybe I missed an episode. I don't even remember Bucky killing that guy.
It was an accident. Like I'm trying to remember. Like it was the end of the last issue. The guy took a swing at him or something, and I don't know. I'm trying to remember if Bucky hit him back or not. But the guy like hit a dumpster and like broke his neck.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like an accident, like he told RJ, but still.
Well, that's not what they show you in the flashback, though. He gives you the flashback, and you see him holding him and then snapping the guy's neck. So,
Well,
unless that's supposed to be somebody else.
well, that's
Maybe
not him. Well, that's not the father.
Russian scientist he said he killed.
Yeah, there's like.
Okay,
past.
so that's
that's not the father. Yeah.
Yes, and like I said, I don't know who the guy in white is, but now I'm wondering if it's Machine Smith. You know, there's something going on in this storyline, but I did like it a lot. I did like this stress between them because it is very honestly a difficult thing, and then we get RJ has his vengeance.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to go back to that. He may not want to go back to Bucky, but he doesn't want to go back to them.
It'd be interesting.
What
if he was like if RJ's turn shows up later as like the kid sidekick to like Frank Castle or something.
Well, I got to think that's supposed to be RJ calling Bucky at the end.
I don't know, because I just thought that was like another random person who's like, oh, I need your, because Bucky has been helping people who want to get out of a life of crime and like set them,
Mm-hmm.
That was like what he's been doing throughout the series. So I just thought that was like another person saying, I need your help.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, this is the end of Winter Soldier, but of course, Philip, we can follow the adventures of the Winter Soldier in this great new Invaders book.
Yep, what was also out this week.
Well, let's pick up that for a minute, and let's see how great the Adventures of Winter Soldier go out on Invaders. Let me find it. Yeah, the Invaders book. Yay! Winter Soldier. Remember when we last left it, Winter Soldier had broken into the top secret government research facility to steal the weapons that they've been making to fight Atlantis, so that Namor can't get it. But in the meantime, we start off with the Petersons, the old guy's dead, and Nay is going to tell the whole story. Although I got to say, it's funny that her name is Nay, because I'm so used to just hearing Thor say Nay.
I say thee nay.
Yeah, so we're it's like he wasn't always like this, and then I just said Nay. I heard it like Nay. No, wait, that's her name. That's her name. So I find that funny. But we get this whole thing here where where we get our new retcon on this, because apparently the original story was that he got his mind wiped by this one guy, but then they'd say no. Then he got his memory back because he wound up running into the Petersons again and helped her deliver the baby when he first he has his hobo hat on. That's how you know he's going crazy. He's got the hobo hat on. But then he meets up with Charles Xavier, and nothing good happens after that. That's just what we can always say. And and then we get.
So it's like Namor almost came this close to being like the first X-Man.
Yes, although now it makes it kind of it puts a lot more levels onto the story where they try to recruit Namor into the X-Men.
Yeah.
And then it's like, because at the end of that, he's like, no, I guess he wasn't really a mutant after all. And then years later, they come back to that. And they meet this interesting mutant who was from a government research facility, and he's going by the name of Genus. Or Genus, and his power is he can change your species, which is a really freaky, creepy power.
Yeah,
turns the cop into Wolverine for some reason. I don't know.
I'm guessing. I was thinking he was trying to turn him into some animal or something, but
trying to turn him into a dog. But yeah, and then the cops open fire on Namor, and then Charles Xavier decides, I know what I'll do. I'll go inside Namor's mind and help him work through stuff.
One thing you paid, I think you skipped over like the creepiest part. Wasn't Xavier like, I know how we could solve the mutant problem. He can make the whole world mutants.
Yes. That aside from that just being a dumb idea.
Well, yeah.
As Namor rightly says, he's like, no, they're gonna do this so that they turn all the mutants into humans. And honestly, I don't think anyone's gonna be that organized on any level. I don't think you're gonna get anyone being that organized at all. Although the idea that oh hey, this guy can give you superpowers, I think that guy could make a lot of money on the superhero.
Some government's gonna snatch him up before that happens.
They shot him dead. So.
Yeah.
And fortunately, there's no repeats in mutant powers. Wah, wah. But
yeah, because there's not more than one telepath.
Exactly. There's only the one, just the one. And then I guess basically it turns out Charles Xavier is the one that ruined Namor's brain the second time and turned him into a hobo with a beard.
Because I think a lot of they were saying Namor's problem was like they even said what was in the last issue, like I brought up about that him being under the water and above the water and air. That was only part of his problem. I guess a lot of it they were saying was what PTSD from World War II,
and a really a really bad Xavier. Honestly, it seems to me like most of it's just Xavier being bad at his job.
Oh yeah, I'd say you could lay a lot of Namor's behavior since he shows back up in Fantastic Four #4 at could say well yeah, a lot of that was Xavier moving stuff around in his head. He made him crazy.
Xavier, just stay out of people's brains, Xavier. And then of course, fortunately, like we said, we get to follow the adventures of Winter Soldier again here in Invaders Comics, the ongoing tale of Winter Soldier, and we see Kaprawi.
Looks like he gets shot in the back of the head. Yeah.
That doesn't seem like something you come back from, unless it was really just a stun gun the whole time. I don't know.
I've seen characters shot in the head and live. That's all I'll say. Comics, but look at that head of hair. Look at that catch a small caliber bullet. Come on.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure I agree with that, but okay. Then we find out that actually Roman, that's Nay's son. He's the one that's betraying everybody, and maybe he's the one driving Namor crazy. We don't know yet, but we'll see. But next issue, Namor and the missiles attacking everybody.
World War Namor.
Yeah, because it works so well with the Hulk. Why not? You want to talk No Road Home?
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, since we're kind of on
okay,
kind of fits.
No Road Home. I really like No Road Home.
Oh yeah.
And again, I do think this is Agatha Harkness's house at the end, because where do they go? Long Island. But before we get to Long Island, we open up, we see everybody fighting, and we have Bill the Lobster. I don't know who Bill the Lobster is, but now I definitely want the Bill the Lobster ongoing series. Yeah, don't know who that is, but that's cool. And we got Blue Marvel leading everyone as they handle the universal blackout.
And
then we cut to Hercules and this Groot lady, who is basically, I guess, the Gaia of this planet Euphoria.
She's basically asking everyone what they desire.
Yes, and it's interesting the way they play it out. I like how it does play out between everyone's desire, and on one level you have Nyx seeming straight up villainy, and then you also have her basically all the suffering she has gone through. So. Right or wrong, it's hard to say. And then I like Conan basically telling off the Vision about how mortality makes him human. It's like, no, you idiot. We fight against death. It's like, I want you to fight. That's what I want. And then again, who is the one who wants to destroy the world?
Bruce Banner.
Bruce Banner, destroy the world. He is dead. He is not a very nice person. That's all I'm saying. And then arrow to the eye from Hawkeye, because that was his heart's desire. One perfect shot.
Yeah.
And we get Rocket taking the
those Pym particles come into play finally.
And honestly, not for nothing, it's just weird that he's just like a bag of Skittles. It's just like, oh. I guess that's how you take Pym particles. I don't know.
I don't remember even seeing them visually. It was just like, okay.
Well, it used to be like a gas, like back in the old day, and then it was just, the Pym particles, they're science-y radiation, you know?
Didn't, like, in West Coast Avengers, didn't, like, Pym, like, didn't he just, like, touch stuff and it kind of, like, grew or shrank?
Well, he had, like, a magic bag that he had his lab in and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So he just always had this stuff that was pretty shrunk.
They were, like, in his pockets because he had that jumpsuit. Yeah.
He had the jumpsuit. Yeah. That was cool. And eventually, you know, Euphoria decides to let Nyx have the thing. She gets her full power back. Here's the thing. Big prediction. I think when she gets all her power back, she doesn't want to be as evil anymore. Because she goes for the light. To the hearth of the universe and Agatha Harkness's house.
And then Vision goes in the door after her.
Yeah, and it was weird that Vision's the one who goes, but okay. I mean, I kind of thought Hercules would go, but you know.
Well, they might need his strength to hold the door open.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, that seems to be the implication here, but it just seems odd to me that Vision's the one. Because, I mean, not for nothing, Vision doesn't actually need the door open.
Well, it's like a mystical door. I wonder if he actually does need it open.
Yeah, it's a magic door. It's magical. But, yeah, I guess my thing was, I would imagine that Photon would have worked for that too, but. Yeah, I mean, I really liked No Road Home. I have liked No Road Home. It's very cool.
One more issue.
And then on to what?
I was gonna say, Voyager got asked what her desire was.
To be an Avenger.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it. Only one person can make you an Avenger. Now, one person is you. Avengers Assemble. Hello, we've got Avengers Assembling. Want to jump right into Spider-Man Deadpool?
Sure.
Yes. So meta. I do love it. I like Otto doing the narration at the start. Buddy telling him to shut up. and what's this guy's name again? The Manipulator.
The Manipulator, yes.
Or as I like to call him, the Interferer. Yeah, and I don't know who the two sharks are, but they seem to love each other very much.
They were in a previous. They were like way in a couple arcs back. That Deadpool had like a weird gang of like LMDs, and then like these two sharks,
and of course, clearly my pleasure. And hey, we're finally on the same team. Oh man, such a great meta joke, and I don't even know if anyone saw it. And then it's kind of funny because I'm not sure if they're saying that Gwen actually is not a good artist or what, but she does draw the Infinity Gauntlet. But then, like when she draws the secret plan to attack the Manipulator, it's just a very cute little stick drawing. So that looks like something Deadpool would have drawn. Yeah, and I love how he gathers together the heroes, because it's like, of course, Squirrel Girl has to be on there because she's unbeatable, and Ms. Marvel has to be on there because she's just very popular right now. Protagonist armor.
Does this gauntlet make me look retconned?
Yes, but it's actually a fake gauntlet. But he doesn't know that, apparently. See, at first I thought they were going to do the old ultimate nullifier trick on him.
Yeah.
But no, they decide that the best way to do it is they realize that if the fourth wall came into being at the same time as the Manipulator showed up, then the Manipulator must be the fourth wall. And to break the fourth wall, We must break the manipulator. And they go all the way through to...
For issue 50, where are they getting dropped?
Yes. Where they are getting dropped? In Hollywood.
The real world.
The real world, yes.
I wonder if people
can't be that real. It's in a comic book.
Well, I wonder if people are going to call him like Ryan Reynolds or something.
Yes. Who knows what it'll be? Well, here's how you'll know if it's the real world or not: is if people are talking with the pink word bubbles.
Oh.
Because that is how you know that is Gwenpool's accent from her world, from the real world. And I get the feeling like she's going to say, "No, that's not the real world. It's just another part of the comic book." In the same way, I'm part of the comic book now. So that could be a cool thing for her. Let's see here. You want to save stuff for Saturday?
I mean, I don't care. It's up to you. But
yeah. I mean, I got lots more comics to talk about, so but we should talk about some comics at Capes and Lunatics.
Yeah. But Wonder Twins.
Wonder Twins 3. And honestly, now I want to go back and get 2. I got to find 2 now. It's got me hooked. It's like, oh man, I think I should have gotten 2 when I started reading 3.
I read the first one. Is it still as good as the first one?
Oh yeah, I actually think it's better.
Ooh.
I actually think it's better. Yeah, I really liked Wonder Twins 3.
Mm-hmm.
With Gleek, and apparently they're arch nemesis, but and Superman says like his real power is seeing everything wrong with this world and somehow not going crazy. It's pretty cool. But apparently in the last issue they defeated somebody by the name of Druncula. Yes. But the League of Annoyance, they kidnap them, and this is what I really like is they actually do show Zan being kind of BA with his basically showing that turning into water is actually pretty cool when you're a tidal wave. It's like that is not something that people deal well with. See right there, tidal wave and a giant shark. These are very dangerous things. Quit acting up. Oh, and Young Justice. I really got to read this book. I really like that first issue, but I don't know. Maybe it keeps on selling out by the time I get in. I don't know. But yeah, no, I really like it. I give it a big thumbs up. It's a great book. $3.99. I'm not sure of, but aside from that, it's a good book. These two are getting the prices back up.
Oh, you know what I want to recommend for you to read before Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Symbiote Spider-Man #1.
Oh yeah, I was looking at that, and I was like, that does sounds like something Tristan Esser would like.
It's Peter David, and it takes place like right when Spider-Man, like right after Spider-Man comes back from Secret Wars, so he's still wearing the symbiote.
Oh yeah, that should be interesting.
And it's Mysterio, and I'm pretty sure this guy, he's not in costume yet, but I think it's the Spot. So.
Oh yeah, I remember the Spot. Well, the Spot, he doesn't actually become the Spot until, much later, because I think it's after Spider-Man gets rid of his suit.
I think maybe
gets rid of the symbiote, and it's like because I believe he becomes a Spot in the same issue that someone breaks the symbiote out of the Baxter Building.
Because I'm pretty sure this is the guy who becomes the Spot, because they don't mention his last name, but Quentin Beck's talking to a guy named Johnny who works for the Kingpin.
Mm-hmm. Well, it could be interesting, so I'll have to read that. I did like. Oh, and I really liked Spider-Man Hunted.
Yes,
that looks like that. Yeah, but that let's save Spider-Man for when we have Lilith here.
Okay,
because you know how much she loves Ben Reilly. Yeah, so we'll talk some Spider books on Friday, I think. And aside from that, Saturday. I think Saturday. Yes, Friday I'm driving there. Saturday. Yeah. My hotel has a pool.
Me too.
Oh, good. I don't know if my pool will be open though, because they may not, because it's an outdoor pool. But we'll find out. I'm bringing my trunks.
Okay.
I'm bringing my trunks regardless. Oh. So, Philip, if people would like to ask you about Batman or indoor pools, how can they find you?
Well, if they can't get to Bowling Green, Ohio this weekend, they could always email me, nightwingpdp@gmail.com. And on Twitter, I am at nightwingpdp. And make sure you check out Capes and Lunatics 100. We're going to have a big announcement.
Ooh. And, of course, you can always write to me in that old-fashioned email way, the way our Maz and Paz once did, at superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, @gmail.com. And, of course, follow me on the Twitters as I live tweet Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Cloak and Dagger, maybe, if I get home in time, at CHARLIE. ESSER. Look for the 2 E's in the middle.
For quality.
There you go.
We can do that live on Saturday.
We can do it live. We'll do it live.
Maz will be there.
Do it live.
Go right in it. We'll do it live.
And Phil will get to see that it's not just me doing 2 voices. Maz is actually a real person.
Yes, everyone. That's right. We're gonna have a full house for Capes 100, including everyone's skinny rich friend.
Yes, and hopefully me and Tyler can keep it civil. He seemed very mad at me during the whole Shazam.
No, I don't think he's just very passionate about the DC universe.
Yes. You can't pick who you fall in love with, sadly.
That's right.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for connecting with us once again this week. Please super connect with us again next. Good night.
Good night.
Can't choose who you fall in love with.
Can't choose who you fandom for.
Yeah. Oh, did you get the chance to read the lead?
I did not. Maybe that'll be my homework for Saturday.
Yeah, give it a read. And I have all my alternate comics I got to finish reading too from last week. Easter Famine and
bring your books. Maybe I'll bring my books.
Writers. Yep, we'll bring all the books.
We know all the books.